Today I would like to record a few of the Sidequest home environments that I've downloaded. This is the second attempt at trying to do this. The first attempt failed miserably for two reasons. The first was that what I thought was a short video, or somewhat short, turned out to be over an hour long. And it actually was so long that it actually stopped recording at some point, which I didn't realize until after I was done trying to record. So in order to make this work, what I'm going to do is actually make this a kind of a series. So I'm going to break the videos up a little bit. Let me first explain that I was able to actually download Sidequest into my Quest headset using my phone. So it is a limited version, I believe, not full access to everything, so I can't actually adjust the settings within my headset, unfortunately. My laptop just isn't up to par for that. It's still running on Windows 7, and it has such limitations that I cannot actually upgrade to like Windows 11, at least not without risking some issues. So since I use that mainly for work, I'd rather not take the risk. Maybe somewhere down the line I will actually be able to upgrade and get a more up-to-date desktop. But for now, this is what we got. But I was able to get into Sidequest and look at some of these home environments that they do offer. And I will say one of two things. First off, some of them are quite nice, but generally speaking, they do seem a bit limited compared to what is natively available. I mean, just look at this environment. It's much larger, a bit detailed. Not all of them are like this, but there's just more going into it from what I can tell. Now, with that said, these other independently made home environments, custom environments, they do have their own appeal. So a lot of them are themed. A lot of them have some like video game themed or TV show themed. And then there are some that are like this, where it's just a cool environment, whether it's a nice apartment or just a nice scenic view. So they do have that, and they're free. At least the ones that I was given access to. And I have downloaded quite a few. So what I think I'm going to do is, for now, kind of group them together so that I can make shorter, more refined videos. And hopefully I don't forget to keep an eye on this little red X that you can't see, which tells me that it's recording. Once that disappears, it's no longer recording, and it doesn't always tell you that it stopped recording. I've learned that, well, apparently I haven't learned that since I've made this mistake more than once already. But for now, I think in this video, I'm gonna focus on the Silent Hill themed home environments that I've downloaded. There's a few of them. They also have Resident Evil, so I'll save that for another video. Then they have TV show themed ones, which I didn't really download, but I might if these videos seem to have some popularity. Otherwise, I won't, because quite frankly, the TV show themed ones are TV shows that I don't watch, or I know of them to some degree, but I've never watched them. Different generation, I guess. Now, they do have, again, other kind of miscellaneous stuff, so I'll probably group that separately. So this could either be a 3-part video or more, depending on how things go. So for now, let's open up the home environments, and let me explain that these are the native environments, and it's good that they fix themselves. And these, from this point on, so from this point on, these are the ones that I downloaded from Sidequest. Now, these three don't have display pictures, which That's kind of nice because it kind of lets me know that all this is something different. But you'll notice that the ones below them, they have this display picture that doesn't match up with what they are. In fact, it's just reusing the display pictures from the native home environments, which I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. Oh, and now they have, yeah. So that's gonna be tricky. At least the names match up, so now they have something here. See, this one says Resident Evil, and yet it's showing the Lord of the Rings. This one says Loft Apartment, and yet it's showing the, what do they call it? The polar something, I forget already. It's not a big deal, because thankfully the names are there. Now, SH2 refers to Silent Hill 2. Resident Evil obviously is Resident Evil. Some of these are in reference to, I believe, some video games, but I actually don't know what those video games are because I've never played them. I know what Minecraft is. RPD is also Resident Evil. It's the Raccoon City Police Department, I believe. So that's going to be the actual police department or the police station from the game. And again, I'll save that for another video. Oh, I forgot about the Minecraft. There's a couple of Minecraft, so maybe that'll be a third video. And then the miscellaneous stuff will be a fourth video. Uh-oh, why is this happening again? So I don't know if you are seeing any issue with the video, but I've been having issues with my boundaries, or the Guardian. I don't know what's going on. It's been causing some issues. I've had to reset the Guardian several times. At one point, it was just spazzing out. Don't know if it's a setting issues. If anyone knows of this, or you know, you can offer some information, leave it in the comments, please. While I'm asking, if you have anything that you want to see, also leave it in the comments. If there is a particular home environment theme that you want to see a video of, leave it in the comment. Let me know generally what you want to see. But for now, let's try to jump into the Silent Hill stuff while this is still working, and hope I can get through the video without it spazzing out again, because this is getting a little frustrating and also concerning. I do not want to have issues with this headset. Currently, this headset is the most amazing thing I've ever really encountered, and I don't want it to have problems. All right, let's jump into the first one. So this one says Silent Hill 2 Pete's Bowl. Okay, let's turn that off, turn around. I'm glad it's playing the music, because when I first did the video, it wasn't playing the music. It wasn't playing any sound effects other than the, you know, when I push buttons. Now, a little bit of background. Silent Hill, the original game, I had played on PlayStation, and Resident Evil I also played at some point around the same time. And honestly, it was the, let's lower this down just a little bit. There we go, okay. It was actually the Silent Hill game that caught my attention the most. Silent Hill, at least the original one, kind of blew my mind. I think I was, if not a teenager, maybe a preteen at the time. I honestly don't remember the history of that when that came out. But it did more for me than Resident Evil. Resident Evil was just jump scares and just this panic of, oh, I don't have enough bullets to deal with these zombies. Whereas Silent Hill, it's just like, okay, you have no idea what's going to happen next. There is no, when you do have some level of comfort, all of a sudden they strip that away and introduce this whole new hellscape, and you don't know when that's going to happen. The only time you get the warning is if they give you this that siren sound that comes along, and when that happens, well, you know, stuff is going south. But I never played Silent Hill 2. I played Silent Hill 1 to completion. I played Silent Hill 3. I think that came much later for me though. And the interest was not quite there. It was around the time that I stopped really playing video games. I was closer to an adult, if not an adult already at the time, and I had other things going on. But I never played Silent Hill 2, so I have no idea. Honestly, if you told me this, if you didn't tell me this was Silent Hill 2, I wouldn't know what this is from. Silent Hill 1 had that mist effect that they used, which I thought was amazing, an amazing mechanic. And I don't know if they kept that in the series. I think they might have kept it a little bit in Silent Hill 3, but I don't really remember it that much. So they might have just kind of done away with it, which is a shame to me, because I think that is what kind of really gave a lot of that character to it. Now let me check my boundaries. All right, we're good. Now this is just a bowling alley, so there's not much going on here, but what I do want to check out, okay, so I'm using a larger play space right now. Hopefully my boundary didn't shift. I've been having issues with that as well. I want to see, actually let me teleport here so it makes it easier. I want to see what's beyond this wall here. It's always weird to do that, and it's just more of this. Okay, that's strange. Wonder why they made this part, but they didn't actually do anything else to it. Okay, let's be a little careful here. Now, the other issue could also be, let's do this now, could also be that I'm recording at the same time, and it just might be too much for the headset to handle. Okay, let's try to walk past this wall and see what's, and there's nothing. It is absolutely dark. Oh no, there's a little bit over there. Okay. I always want to see what's going on there. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong wall. Okay, let's do this now. There we go. Okay. Again, I have this set up in such a way that I'm walking in circles, essentially, between a major room and two hallways, two small, short hallways, and another room. Okay, let's walk a little bit further. I'm assuming it's just gonna be darkness. And, oh, that's strange. Walk past here and there's a little bit more, and then darkness. Okay. So that's, oh, and I can teleport right back. That's convenient. All right. Now again, even the music, if this is actual Silent Hill 2 music, then I guess if you played Silent Hill 2, you'd be impressed by that. But as far as I'm concerned, it's just generic music. I don't recognize it. Let's see if there's anything beyond this wall. I doubt it. Yep, just darkness and that wall over there. All right, so that was the Silent Hill, I guess the bowling alley, again for Silent Hill 2. And let me get reacclimated before I trip over a sofa and start cursing. Okay, so this is the next Silent Hill. It's also 2. This is Heaven's Night. I'm assuming it's a nightclub. Okay, oh, this is, again, if you didn't tell me that this was from Silent Hill, I would just assume that it was from any kind of generic thing. It doesn't scream Silent Hill to me. Maybe because I'm used to the whole hellscape where, you know, the walls kind of peel off and you see just like rusted metal. Same thing with the floor. It's like a metal grating, and then everything just is either rusty or bloody or just got like weird stuff growing on it. That kind of looks like it. The lights have that effect. And also this is a strip club, it seems, and a bar. And again, I don't know if this music is actually from Silent Hill 2. It is nice though. It's and by nice I mean it looks nice. It looks like something you can interact. Would I actually have this as a home environment for more than just like a few minutes? Probably not. Maybe if I was a big fan of at least Silent Hill 2. But I feel like if this was based on Silent Hill 1, I would be more excited. Fortunately, I'm not, because I never played Silent Hill 2. Honestly, I only played Silent Hill 1 and a little bit of Silent Hill 3. I know there was a few other ones. There was The Room, which again is another one I didn't play. But when I did play Silent Hill 3, it kind of gave me some of that joy, but at the same time, it didn't do it for me. It could have been that I'm older and I just don't care anymore. Or, again, with the improvement of the visual effects, they took away something. That could be it. The main thing about Silent Hill 1 for me was, again, that mist, that fog, because they had to do that. They could not render and animate, beyond a certain point because the PlayStation couldn't handle it. And the original PlayStation. So they created that effect. And that was amazing because you never quite knew what you were walking into until you walked into it. I would like to see that kind of come back in games. But that's just me. All right, now we have Silent Hill Cathedral. Now this might actually be from the first game. The first game was a long time ago. It looks familiar. I think this is supposed to be where they did that ritual, and I think her name was Dahlia, was the chicken over there that was the older woman that was doing the ritual. I can't remember what the name of the girl was. Was it Cheryl? Maybe, I don't know. I know she had two names. She had the name of her original character before they did the ritual, and then the other character who was adopted by, what was his name? I can't remember the names either. But this does look a bit more like Silent Hill. The only thing that kind of takes away from it is the brightness. There's too much light. It should be darker. I get probably why they made it bright, so you can see all the details. They took time to put these like paintings in, which if you get closer to them, they really blur out. But this is cool. This really, the flames look great. They really do. But let's see, how far can I go? I can go over here. Oh, I need to turn around. See, if I didn't have my boundary set up in a way that if I look down I can see it, I would probably be walking into walls and doing things like that. Okay, let's stop and take a look. As you can see, as you get closer, it just blurs out. But it's cool though. All right, let's walk through here. Now this music sounds familiar. I don't know if it's actually from Silent Hill 1 or anything for that matter, but it does have that familiarity to it. Let's walk through this wall and see if there's anything behind here. And there's nothing beyond this point, but you can see the outside of this little chapel. All right, let's turn back around so we can re-enter. All right, let's jump back over here. Okay. Here we go. I think if I was in the Halloween theme or Halloween feel or just that whole I want to be creeped out feel, I would keep this as a home environment, at least for that amount of time. It is nice. Now, can I teleport? Yeah, I don't know why the teleportation points are the way they are. That's another thing I found strange. Some of them don't line up the way they should. Like it'll send you inside this thing, for example. I don't know if that's a side effect of my boundary system being messed up, or if that's just something that happens when you do these, when they create these side quest independent type environments. Now, yeah, see, I can teleport there and it's going to put me in a wall. It's strange. But alright. Let's move on. I don't want this to end up being another failed video because of the time that it took. So now we have Silent Hill 4, The Room. It says room 302. Now again, I'm sure if I had actually played these games, this would mean more to me. The Room, I kind of wanted to play, but I don't know if I had a system that could play it at the time. Because again, I went from originally from Nintendo to Sega Genesis to PlayStation to GameCube, and then I think the last system, I don't know if there was one in between, but I ended up in Xbox 360. That was the last system that I had. I never had any more of the PlayStation ones. I think this was a PlayStation game. I don't know if it ever was on Xbox. That's probably why I never played anything beyond that. The actual Silent Hill 3 that I had played was on my very old desktop, which I managed to get a copy of one. And it was limited because, again, I didn't really have a gaming computer. But I was able to kind of play it. And I'm not a fan of playing on the computer mainly because of the whole keyboard thing. So I never really got into it. I know now you can use controllers, but I'm very limited with my experience with computers in general. Not very good with them. Let's look out here, but this is really nice, actually. Very nice. Okay, so you could see that behind this building front, there's nothing. So they didn't actually make a building, it's more like a wall. But you can see inside there that there's people. There's a car moving in the distance. That's really cool. Now, let's look at the apartment a little bit more. Let me turn around here. Okay, now, let's walk through this. Sorry if you can hear that squeaking. That's just my floor. Now, I'm not a very tall person, but I'm also not this short. So this is a little bit, the proportions are a little off. Now, it could also just be that my floor, no, it's about right. So the floor height is fine, it's just this is a little off. Should be more about here, I guess. Like, this is giving me the vibe like I'm as short as a child, which I'm not that much taller, but definitely not that short. Now, it's kind of funny because I'm about to walk into my kitchen. Don't go out. So now I understand the premise was that that the whole game kind of took place in this person's apartment, I think, and like little portals would pop out. There's a hole in that wall. Hold on, well, hopefully I'll remember and we'll come back to that. I want to look through that hole. That sounded weird. This is a laundry room. This is not a bad looking apartment. It's just, it just needs to be cleaned. Like the walls and everything need to be cleaned. Aside from that, Let's, oh, there we go. Okay, back in here. It's kind of, this is very weird doing this, but that's, whoa. So I just kind of went from one room to another, and I kind of stumbled just a little bit on the what do you call that, the threshold. And is that what it's called, the threshold? And it was at the same time as I was coming into this area, and it really threw me off. This is a lot of detail. This is a lot of detail for something that doesn't have teleportation points over here. So either it just doesn't line up with the teleportation grid that's available, or they just did it so that you could actually walk around. Because this is far more detailed. Like, you cannot see that room from the main part that you spawn in. So why animate it? At least from this perspective. We'll find out how animated it actually is. Oh, that's creepy. Again, I am not this short. This sink is way too high. Okay, let's make sure I don't know where I am in my play space now. I kind of, okay, I got acclimated again. All right, so I have to go through here. It's a narrow hallway. So I'll just walk through this wall that doesn't actually exist. Ooh, a door, okay. Let's keep moving here. All right, okay. All right, here's my real wall. See, again, why, unless, as I said, there should be a teleportation point here, but there isn't, why do this? This is really detailed. This bed is also kind of low to the ground. Like, you can tell the proportions are kind of off. That is a huge bag. I can't walk over there yet. I gotta twist around here. There we go. I should be able to get close now. Yeah, that's a huge bag. So the proportions are a little off, but that's okay. You know, what can you expect? All right. Now I'm back in the main room. Let's turn around here. Okay. Oh, this is... Passing through these walls is always weird. Okay. That's missing. Alright, let's teleport. There we go. So now we're back in the part that you actually spawn in, and you can see the teleportation. See, I think it's just off. What the? Why is this here? That is weird. There's no way to access this room from how it's drawn, and yet this room exists. Ow, and so does my real wall. This is strange. Of course, that's the hole that I said we were going to look at. That's... Alright, let me get re-centered here. Let's do that. Okay. So are you telling me they animated that room just so that you can do this and look through the hole? That's amazing. That is impressive. Of course, I'm gonna kind of walk through it now. There's a bunny with blood on its mouth. That's always great. Oh, you scared the crap out of me. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave this in. Why not? So, there's a sofa right in front of me. And I have my cat on that sofa. You may or may not have actually heard him just, do a regular sound that an animal would make when they shift. But because of my current mental state from being in this little weird spot, it freaked me out. This is why I can't play these types of games, or I probably need to be careful playing these types of games, because I get freaked out real easy. Let me pet him. Where are you? You're about here? Yeah, there you go, buddy. All right. All right, let me get out of this. Let's recenter myself. Okay. Okay, that was fun. Any more Silent Hill? Yes, Silent Hill 2, toilets. Of course, because why not? Okay, that music sounds like Silent Hill to me. Not sure which one it is. That's right, it was very like organ type music. And this is just a bathroom, public restroom, it looks like. A gross public restroom. And those posters kind of give me the same vibes. Just the grime, the rust, the decay. That's what screams Silent Hill to me. Especially when it transitions into the hellscape. Again, I don't know if that's something that they also carried over from Silent Hill 1. But that was also a terrifying thing. Just imagine being maybe like 12, 13, maybe even younger is when I think I might have played it. And you're playing this game and then all of a sudden you hear that air raid siren. You don't know what's going on, and then all of a sudden everything just shifts and you have no control over it, and all of a sudden now you're in a whole new area that does not look friendly. Let's walk, see what's behind this wall real quick, just so I can tell. And no surprise there's nothing there. Okay, so they didn't do much with this one. That's fair enough. Okay. What happened to... There it is. Okay. I think there's one more, yeah. Observation deck. Okay. Same music, too. Probably the same creator or designer. Now, again... I mean, this would be a bit more familiar to me than the other stuff, but this could be anything because I've never played the second one. It's missing the fog. If this was all full of fog and I could only see, like, I would have to look really hard through the fog to see, oh, there's a car there, oh, there's something over there. Then I would think, oh yeah, this definitely feels like Silent Hill. But again, if they didn't keep that theme, then it doesn't. It's silly for me to expect it. I mean, there looks like fog in the distance, but that could be something else. That could just be a general effect. Now, I will say this. This actually makes me think of a different video game. What was it called? I still forget what it's called. It was on the 360. It was a third-person view zombie game. Hopefully, when I edit this video, I'll put it somewhere down here, the name, once I actually look it up. But it was... I still can't remember. The premise of the game was you started off as controlling one person. You can kind of shift between different people that you can control. State of Decay, that's the name of it, so I don't have to write it down. It was State of Decay. When I played that game, you start off in like this camping area, this wooded area, and they have these little restrooms that look just like that. And now that I think about it, that makes sense. The area we were in before is probably the inside of that. So yeah, that makes more sense. It looks like it should be. And it looks like where we were, that it just goes into darkness, that exit matches up with that. So that's kind of funny. Would have been nice if they actually had animated this part in the other one, just that little area. But anyway, that gives me that kind of vibe. And of course, immediately I kind of wish that they would create a first-person State of Decay for VR. I enjoyed that game. I did. I really liked that, the whole premise of that game. I would like to see that idea turned into a VR game. I'm sure they have something like it already. If you know of anything that's like that, let me know in the comments. That way I can look it up and maybe even play it. But yeah, so that I think is the last one that I saw available on the Sidequest. So these are just home environments that people made based on, in this case, Silent Hill, or the Silent Hill universe. And I think that's neat. As I said, they have Resident Evil that I saw. I downloaded a few of those. They have a couple Minecraft ones. They have TV show themed ones. They have just regular, just environments, like landscape environments, or different types of, like a loft, or just a living room, apartment type of setups. And I downloaded a few of those. I might download in the future some of the TV show themed ones. It all depends really on whether or not these videos get any attention. If nobody cares to see them, then there's no point in me making them. So we'll just see what happens. But if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of this type of content, subscribe. That way you always know when I put something out. It also helps me a lot. But also leave a comment. Leave more than one comment. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see. And hopefully I will see you again in the next video. And until then, take care.